Alright, we're on. Hello everyone. Bit of a different video. I've covered something like this before, but what we're actually going to be doing today, ooh, I should probably mute that. I wanted to make a quick video on something. When we looked at our previous switching the scam before, um, we noticed, if I recall correctly, I mean, I've been through dozens of them at this point. We noticed that they were using a Cloudflare IP address, which means that Cloudflare was basically proxying their data back and forth, being that protector that Cloudflare is supposed to be for many websites. But for the scam itself, it showed to be less fruitful than we wanted. Essentially, and I've done this before in Minecraft, where you grab the IP address of whatever that web server is. A lot of times, because my stuff was in some dumb leak, it's always, hey, click here for free Bitcoin and yada yada. You go to the link, you plug in your Bitcoin address or your email, then they grab you, however that works, yada yada. Now, this one in particular, this is actually funny because I just, well, that was a little bit ago. They just sent another one. I didn't even check. So Bussy Lur Hershki, how the hell you say this, at this bullshit.beauty domain, sent me a little thing on, hey, here's how you can bullshit on trading stocks. We'll just put it that way because it's a lot of it is weird. And I'll show you guys what I mean here in a second. So if we actually go down, typhoid, scarlet, whatever this is, don't do this, but I'm going to open the PDF. It makes no sense. I have no idea what the hell this is talking about. Why this is actually included, I'm not sure. We're going to assume this is a bad idea, but we're going to assume you make an ass out of you and me. This is safe, being that it is sent from Google. Now, Google's usually pretty good about scanning their stuff, and this looks like a legitimate domain because we are also getting the image, which is covered under something else. I can get to that later. But it's legit enough that yeah. Let's just open it and I'll show you guys. So, first off, you'll see they shared the presentation with us, which is this. Not even sure why, but they expect you to actually click on this link. So if I copy this, open it up. Wow, deep fried as fuck. You are invited to take part in this drawing. More than 1,000 pieces of computer and mobile equipment, as well as 10,000 cash prizes from 0.001 to 10 BTC. The drawing is conducted with the support of our trading community. So, as you can already see, clicking on this image is going to send me to another website. If we remove this /preview right here, it sends us, one, I did report this as spam, but two, it sends us to No Way Out, an Alpha production produced in association with MGM TV. Creepy fucking title. You guys couldn't have chosen a better one. Whatever, we'll move on. So it expects us to click on it. We can't really do much. We did report it as spam, which, by the way, if you ever get one of these, help, report, spam, legal, whatever it is, report from there. Pretty straightforward. So let's go back. And we're going to click on the link. Winter Marathon. Once again, the same deep fried image. I should probably turn off dark mode. You'll see that we're on goxaru.skin. I'm not sure what the hell that's supposed to say, if anything. It won't let us click off. I'm not, yeah, literally anywhere around the box, it pulses, whatever. It wants you to enter your name and you participate in the giveaway. You could get a PS Vita. I thought those died a while ago. An iPhone. Now it looks like a relatively old Mac because the touch bar changed. And then you get an online chat. So it's definitely interesting. Now here's the first part. Now, obviously this is a scam, right? I mean, you're getting the fake payout. No one gives away stuff like this, even if you're Mr. Beast. Um, and this is scam response. Anything towards us. Doesn't look like it. I have no idea what that is. So that's that's your first part. That's in another language, obviously. But everyone's saying hello. This one's the weird part. These are legit to the site. They're not real messages, but I've never seen a scam site put in false messages. It almost looks like they're trying to make them look le- legit in a way. Like kind of when you get into your Amazon product scams, you see 5,000 scams or 5,000 reviews. If all 5,000 are 5 stars, it's probably fake. Now, these days, if you know a little bit about it, if it's 5 stars, 5,000 reviews, it's fake. If it's, we'll say 4.5 stars at 5,000 reviews, you probably think it's legit because obviously there's a few people who are going to have a problem. That's going to happen with any product, whether or not they understand it. Okay, the train goes away. Whether or not they understand it's a different ordeal, whatever. Um, but it, they're they're clever about it, and I think that's what they're going for. I'm not fully sure, but we'll see. So, regardless, we're not even going to click into this. If we go ahead, open up Burp Suite, one of my favorite tools. I know I'm a bit of a script kiddie, whatever you want to call it. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and open that browser. And here we've got it right here. I'll go ahead and dock it to the side just so we get everything on the same page. We'll go ahead, plug this in right here. So first off, we perform the first request. Okay, fine, whatever. We forward that on. We get a response. And this is where we first started looking. And this is what I found a little bit weird. So first, you can see the CF cache status, which usually indicates Cloudflare is running, as well as a CF Ray ID. Well, that's pretty. I should have just said that right there. That's pretty cut and dry. It's running Cloudflare. Um, Now, yes, you can spoof this information. There's usually no reason not to. Not that I can think off the top of my head. I'm sure someone has an idea if you ever would want to. But scrolling through it, uh, yeah, all these no index, no follow, yada yada, which makes sense. I guess they don't want this showing up in results or messing with any sort of SEO information, whatever. Whatever, fine. If we scroll on down, regular stuff, title of the website, jada jada, all this stupid information. We already scrolled through it all before, or I did, I should say. It's basic, just website page, nothing huge, right? And this all looks like jQuery stuff. Make it look fancy, have animations, all that. And if we keep on scrolling down, here we go. First off, name payout. This is usually a pretty good indicator that they're generating names on the spot. If we actually go pull that back up again, so if okay, you're not going them out. There we go. Continue. We scroll down. Guest Daria. Doot. I don't see a Daria in there, so that must be this little box over here. If that ever does pop back up, I'm not sure if it will. Oh, yep, there it is. Oliver. There's an Oliver. Are we gonna go again? Oh, looks like someone couldn't make that work. Sophia. Sophia. Yep, there it is. So that looks like it might be concurrent instead of random. So we're not even randomizing the array, which I guess doesn't matter. Oh no, we are. So we're going back to Oliver. That doesn't matter. Just I like to take a look at the code, see what it's actually doing. There's Sophia again. Wow, they're rich. Now, here's the other interesting part. If we go ahead and we go translate that information, if we pull this one up, we'll go ahead, do this, copy this, other names. So for whatever reason, they have a different name array, maybe. I'm not sure. So this is other names. Scrolling down here, this is commented out, which I find weird. And if we take a look at this, minimum, maximum values, Okay, that must be the Bitcoin payout, which I thought we were supposed to get 10 BTC. What the fuck happened to that? Must be a real scam, huh? So if we copy this one, random number generation, so this is how they're generating those random numbers. Okay, so they went for this instead of this, but still kept it in the file, whatever. Copying this right here, convert to two decimal places, okay. And create block, okay, so this must be the payout alone. And then taking a look at this. I also don't know why delete in 3 seconds. Okay. I don't know why they kept the comments in place. You, I mean, I guess it's not a big deal, but whatever. Launches 7 to 12 seconds after page loads. Okay, so let's go back to that. And 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. Okay. Within that time frame, that matches up. We keep going, but I'm not going to. And then just other random, yeah. So bootstrap theme, and I'm going to guess this is an animation for the snowflakes on this. Which nope, go up. Okay, it looks like it's gone now. But regardless, doesn't look like we have any super useful information. We have a bit of an idea of who the threat actors are, um, at least the region they may come from, or their how the group operates. You may designating basically which is this a scam group, is this an individual, how are they working. It's safe to say this is most likely a scam group themselves, and it's more of a Russian group based off of the translation. Um, it could be Ukrainian, it could be other Slavic languages, but I think it's safe to assume because there's a bit of differences between the Cyrillic language. But regardless, we'll go ahead and forward this on. There's no real information we can use out of this, right? So, okay, all CSS data, yada yada, jQuery, forward it, forward it, forward it, forward it, forward it, forward it. Nope, we want to go back, damn it. We'll go to this one. Second one, nothing huge once again, right? I mean, it's similar data, probably just the page refreshing. Yeah, the winning amount is waiting, receipt, yada yada, right? Okay, we don't have a whole lot of information out of it. Let's move on to our next tool we're going to use. And that would be our fun tool called the Google Dig. So if we go google.com, Google Dig, and DNS lookup, all right, and taking a look into Google Dig, if we look into here, if we go, what was it, goxru.skin, these are our first web IP addresses, IPv4 addresses. So we'll go ahead and we'll go IP info. And once we plug that into IP info, we can see, okay, it's clearly being protected by Cloudflare. So Cloudflare is standing in front of the server. All this information really doesn't pertain to us because it's not the threat actor itself. We can send a report off to Cloudflare here shortly and get that taken care of. Okay, no IPv6 addresses. There's an hinfo DNS record, no CA, no CNAME, no DNS key, no DS, MX. There's an MX server. So I'm not sure what this is exactly for. I want to say this is for similar to how you'd set up like a Minecraft server. You're designating basically a service based off the port, but why do that? It doesn't make sense. So it could just very well be a service running. You know, maybe Amazon Web Services is hosting mail for them, whatever it is. Okay, we'll keep note of that. We'll move on. Name servers, Cloudflare, normal, PTR, SOA. Okay, once again, normal, SRV, TLSA, TSIG, nothing. Finally, TXT. Now, this is interesting. This is an SPF record. SPF DKIM and DMARC records are used to try and stop spoofing on mail servers. That way, if you basically through special means, modifying the packet that's essentially sent out, you can send mail other domains if they don't have certain records configured like SPF, DKIM, DMARC, all that. Why these guys would really care about that, I'm not sure, because I'm sure they're going to burn the domain here in a few days. But regardless, still good to know, right? Okay. Well, first off, this looks a little different from our range. And if we go ahead and plug this in, copy it, and paste it. Okay. It's out of Amsterdam, way further from our San Francisco Cloudflare IPs. Not to mention those name servers look out of place, but we'll yeah, that's besides the thing. Um, it is a data center, but this may be where our server is actually being hosted on. So let's go plug it in. First off, we're redirected. HTTP itself, I do believe on this server gives a 403. Yep. So we're running Nginx, so there could be a potential reverse proxy behind the scenes, whether it's Nginx or traffic. In this case, it's Nginx running version 1.18. Don't want to expose your versions and what operating system you're running on, but we'll continue. Going back, if we go to the HTTPS and we go look in the certificate, would you look at that? That is our same page we were going to earlier that we're translating from. Now, the other interesting part I do find is HTTPS is on port 443. Why is Apache saying we're on port 80? Whatever. Usually, actually, wait, no, that it, there's another revelation I just found out. Putting two and two together, I took my sleep meds. Sorry, I'm a little slow. Um, okay, so we can now designate the client. We have the server. The first server is going to be Cloudflare. Cloudflare is probably protecting from other DDoS attacks, spam, people slamming them down, like us. Script kiddie shit, whatever. The second IP address, or the second endpoint, we'll just say, is this server, our Amsterdam North Holland server. That service was Nginx, right? Nginx 1.18 on Ubuntu. Second off, the web server name changes, which indicates that we are behind a reverse proxy. Apache is hosting the PHP files, but Nginx is simply redirecting them to the proper domain, which is how you use reverse proxy does. So, very interesting. Let's go take one quick look. I do want to see, where's Burp Suite? Let's go open, we'll drop all these again because we don't need them. Go open another browser and go to that link. Okay, forward it on, forward it on. Response we get, okay. There's not much. Yeah, so the server itself is Nginx. And yeah, so it looks like the web server itself is actually running Apache, which we can see. Yep, forwarded on. Okay. So, oh, that's a favicon, that's why. So, another interesting part. Now, for legal reasons, this is as far as I'm going to go. It was literally just about demasking it. It is now up to whoever chooses to go ahead and take a look for the abuse reports to see what they want to do with it, whether it's a hosting provider, which we'll forward that request onto and everything, and go from there. Now, theoretically, if you are a threat actor, these IP addresses can also be plugged into Shodan. They can be port scanned. There's all sorts of information, especially if you're not running a secured system. If you're not doing SSH keys, if your passwords are easily brute forceable, you might have a little fun from the other end. So, regardless, interesting, good way to demask and make sure that if you are running Cloudflare, all of your IP addresses, if you choose to use Cloudflare as your reverse proxy protection, basically. If you choose to run Cloudflare like that, make sure all your DNS records are correct. Make sure you're using proper mail gateways. And yeah, so I don't have any further information to add to this. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a good tool to teach others if they want to take a look into it. Use all the data available to you. Look at the metadata of everything, because everything does have metadata. I believe it was my computer science teacher, Mr. P, who taught me that. So thank you, Mr. P, for giving me that insight. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and keep an eye out on those scams. Yeah, I'll probably start some more scam sleuth videos here soon if these keep coming in. So I'm gonna go take a look at that other email. Until then, cheers, have fun, and yeah, don't do anything malicious to us server. So